us football fans have been blessed to have witnessed some of the greatest strikers of our generation. From Luis Suarez to Karim Benzema to Sergio Aguero to Edinson Cavani, these are just a few names. Lewandowski is also one of those stars and perhaps far ahead of his contemporaries. The immensely talented striker was once again in free scoring form for Bayern Munich, for whom he scored 34 goals in 31 Bundesliga games as the Bavarians romped to yet another domestic title. The Pole's unearthly displays have not been confined to just Germany either. The striker had already plundered 14 goals in 8 Champions League matches before Hansi Flick's men even played the semi-final of the Champions League. It's really sad that there isn't any Ballon d'Or ceremony this year, because under normal circumstances Lewandowski would arguably be winning the award based on his consistent performances. However, we still have the Best FIFA Men's Player award. This particular accolade has been won twice by Ronaldo and once by Lionel Messi and Luka Modric since its inception in 2016. This year, it would be a shame if the award ends up finding its way to anyone other than Lewandowski. The 31-year-old is now the all-time leading foreign goal scorer in the Bundesliga and has been scoring goals at a phenomenal rate since arriving in Germany back in 2010. In fact, over the last decade, Lewandowski has been scoring a goal once every 109 Bundesliga minutes. After scoring 34 goals this season, he won his 5th Torjägerkanone, the Bundesliga's award for the top goal scorer of the season. So what is this secret weapon that's allowed Lewandowski to score goals at such a frightening rate? To start off with, the Pole is a very consistent performer, just like Ronaldo and Messi. It was way back during the 2010-11 campaign when Lewandowski last failed to score 20 goals across all competitions. We're sure that the experienced striker took an offence to his performances from that season, because since then, he's always scored at least 20 goals in all competitions every campaign. In the seasons since then, he's scored more than 30 goals, and in 5 of those seasons, he's either hit or surpassed the 40-goal mark. It's like we're looking at footballing royalty here, and if you feel that that's not the case, please do try and convince us otherwise. Leva's contributions are more than about scoring goals, something that you would expect from a striker as brilliant as him. The Pole is a complete team player, setting up roughly 120 assists in almost 600 games. This means that Lewandowski averages an assist every 5 games, which is the sort of rate any good attacking midfielder would be proud of. In fact, during the recent dismantling of Chelsea in the Champions League, Lewandowski was involved in all 7 of Bayern Munich's goals over the course of the 2 legs of the competition. In those games, the Poland international scored 3 and laid on another 4, which is a jaw-dropping stat. While these days, we've been talking considerably about how good Man United star Bruno Fernandes is at taking penalties, the Portugal international has a lot of work ahead of him if he is to match Lewandowski's exploits from 12 yards. The Pole has stepped up to take 53 penalties in his career and has only missed 5. No other player in the 21st century has a better conversion rate. Big game mentality is something that's very rare. When we use this term, we're not talking about a player who changes things during a particular moment of a game. We're talking about someone who treats a big game like any ordinary game by not letting the occasion get to their head. Lewandowski has been able to do well in big games because he's rarely fazed by the prospect of facing the creme de la creme of football. For instance, during a Champions League semi-final game against Real Madrid in 2013, the Pole scored 4 goals against the Spaniard. How many players have ever been able to do that? Only a few years ago, in a league game against Wolfsburg, Bayern were down 1-0. Lewandowski came off the bench and ended up scoring 5 goals in just 9 minutes. The 5th goal was an absolute peach, an overhead kick that even left Pep Guardiola putting his hands on his head in disbelief. When it comes to enjoying a Champions League experience, there's no one better at that than the Polish striker. Lewandowski is now the 4th highest scorer in the competition after he overtook Benzema in the 8-2 mauling of Barcelona. The former Dortmund man has scored 66 goals in the Champions League up till the game against Barcelona and averages 1 goal every 1.3 games, which is a really good rate. Another great thing about Lewandowski is that the Polish international has been in great shape throughout his career. The striker is as professional as they come. Lewandowski is the most professional player I have ever met, Pep Guardiola once said, per the official Bundesliga website. He thinks about the right food, sleep and training 24 hours a day. He's always there, never injured, because he focuses on these things and he knows what's important to be in the best condition. Lewandowski's injury record is very reliable as well. Throughout his career at Bayern Munich, he has only missed 15 games due to injury. This is definitely something you don't get to see a lot these days. Players do tend to be a little careless at times and don't put in an extra effort to stay in shape during breaks. Lewandowski, on the other hand, is very focused, and you might never have seen him start a pre-season out of shape. While at the international stage he might not be winning trophies with Poland, the striker has done more than enough for the national side. In 112 games, Lewandowski has scored 61 goals. So how did Lewandowski really splash onto the big stage? During his time at Borussia Dortmund, Lewandowski scored 9, 30, 36 and 28 goals in all competitions, but it was at Bayern Munich where the striker found something inside him that made him arguably the most lethal striker in the game. The Pole credits former manager Jurgen Klopp for seeing something in him that he never knew existed. He released that striker's instinct in me. I didn't know that I still had so much potential inside of me. He saw something in me that I couldn't see, says Lewandowski. Since the 15-16 campaign, Lewandowski has scored 40 goals in every season. This is definitely an incredible feat and also speaks volumes of his durability. The likes of Harry Kane and Sergio Aguero are equally free scoring, but their injury record has not allowed them to go as far as the Polish striker has. At the age of 31, you might be forgiven for thinking that perhaps these legs have clocked up enough miles already, but that's not the case with Lewandowski, as he's continued plundering goals consistently regardless of the opposition. The 31-year-old's style is not really unique either. The sorts of goals he scores are typically quick efforts that don't allow defenders or the goalkeeper enough time to run a prediction scenario in their heads. The fact that he's able to score goals on a regular basis and scores in moments that matter the most make Lewandowski a lethal striker, perhaps the most lethal we've ever witnessed in the last decade. Bayern Munich aren't the sort to be happy with a 2-goal cushion. The Bavarians are always hell-bent on putting as much distance between themselves and the opposition as possible. This can only happen if you have a free-scoring striker up front who is always hungry for more. And the Pole falls under this category quite comfortably. He loves scoring goals and is always there to ensure his team leaves no stone unturned in the pursuit for 3 points. The records Lewandowski holds in the Bundesliga are extraordinary as well, and normally you don't see one player being the holder of so many individual records. Fastest hat-trick at 3 minutes 22 seconds, fastest 4-goal haul, 5 minutes 42 seconds, fastest 5-goal haul, 8 minutes 59 seconds, most goals by a substitute, 5, fastest foreigner to reach 100 goals, 168 games. We're definitely not overstating the striker's ability. Lewandowski is right up there with another free-scoring striker who achieved a lot for Bayern Munich during the 70s. And yes, we're talking about Gerd Müller. During the 1971-72 season, Müller averaged a goal every 77 minutes. Lewandowski, on the other hand, scored a goal every 60 minutes in the Bundesliga. Physically, both men are similar in a sense that they can hold off opposition defenders before turning and creating extra space for themselves. In terms of making quick decisions in front of the opponent's box, both Müller and Lewandowski have this uncanny ability to make a choice, and more than once it's the right decision. Want to know how we never miss a match? With Fubo TV, you can stream any game, anytime, anywhere. Use our link in the description to start for free and watch your favourite teams live.